Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nishtha Gandhi, aka the Dramatic Diva. If you don't follow me on Instagram, do that right away because I'm all the drama there. This video I've specially made for you guys to talk about what are the necessary things that we should be taking on a long haul flight. So personally, I've not taken a lot of long haul flights. The last one I took was probably in 2018 to Bali, which was supposed to be a 9-hour flight converted into a 12-hour flight because of a delay. But now I'm gonna take one soon enough and I'm super excited for it. So I made this video especially for you guys to understand what is it that I take on my long flights to make everything super convenient and comfortable for me. So without wasting too much time, let's just get into the video straight away.
So baby girl, slow down, I'm waiting for you. Cause you know my heart is crazy for you.
Okay, the first thing that comes to your head when you're actually taking a long haul flight are the clothes that you're wearing. Taking a 9-hour flight in uncomfortable clothes just makes me cringe. I'm not too big on denims. I'm not too big on wearing jeans for 9 hours because it gets super uncomfortable on a flight. So what you'll usually see me wear on a long haul flight is either this, something of this sort where I'm wearing a cord set that is super comfortable in material, soft, and that can go a long way when I'm traveling and I don't want to get tired and irritated during the flight. And I could actually also pick something like this. So I could wear like a crop top, joggers and a jacket along because it gets very cold in flights and I get very uncomfortable and you can't really tell them to shut the entire AC off because there are other passengers in the flight who don't feel as cold as I do. So I personally prefer to either do this or this and I'm good to go for 9 hours without feeling extremely uncomfortable on flight. Moving on to the second point, I feel I am the most comfortable when it comes to my shoes. I wear sneakers for sure. Only thing is that when I get into the flight and the flight is about to take off, I just take my shoes off and sit in my socks throughout the flight unless I need to go to the washroom or use it. It's the best thing to do because usually when you're traveling for that long, you want your luggage to weigh less and shoes weigh a lot, so you prefer to wear like the heaviest items in your suitcase to the airport. So I usually wear my sneakers. It's also very easy to run around in your sneakers at the airport. So I wear my shoes and on the flight I usually just take them off to be more comfortable and I just sit in my socks. You would also pick to wear slippers if you're not okay with it, or loafers or something like that, but I personally prefer to wear sneakers. Okay, so first things first, when I'm taking a long haul flight, I usually carry a backpack with me. This is the one that I carry. I bought this from Accessorize a few years back and I've been using it every time I travel. It's a colorful backpack that goes with all my outfits. And yeah, within this, I usually carry this refresher bag from Miniso. It's a very convenient refresher bag that comes with a handle, and once you open this, it has like a little handle over here as well for you to literally just hang it in the bathroom whenever you're getting ready. So it becomes very convenient for you to actually get ready when you're traveling and moving a lot of hotels or places. So in this refresher bag for the flight, I usually carry the most important thing, which is my lens box. So I wear lenses whenever I'm taking a morning flight. Whenever I'm taking a night flight, I usually tend to take my lenses off and wear my specs. So I also carry my specs in my backpack, but it's usually suggested not to wear lenses during a flight because due to air pressure, your skin and your eyes tend to get more dry. So it's suggested and advised not to wear lenses during a flight. But when I'm taking a morning flight, I'm usually wearing lenses. If I'm taking a night flight, I just take them off and wear my specs instead. Also, another thing that I carry in my refresher bag is this lens solution. I usually carry a travel sized one. This is a bigger one. I do not have a travel sized one right now, but I carry this. It's more than 100 ml, so do not carry this in your hand luggage. In your hand luggage, only 100 ml of liquid is allowed, not more than that. So I usually travel with a travel sized one. This is important because whenever I arrive at my destination, I tend to change from my specs to my lenses, and this really helps. The next thing that I usually travel with is a hand cream. Like I said, air pressure and being in an airplane really tends to make your skin more dry. So this hand cream from Nykaa really helps me keep my skin hydrated and especially my hands hydrated. The next thing that I carry with me in my refresher bag is a refreshing mist. It's the Indulgio Arabian Bloom and Jasmine Witch Hazel toning mist from normal to dry skin. I have extremely dry skin, so whenever I'm traveling or taking a very long haul flight, my skin seems to get very cracky and dry and patchy. So this is one thing that keeps me refreshed. And also if I want to feel more relaxed and I want to like quickly not wash my face but still want more freshness, this is the one that I use. It's extremely refreshing. Another thing that I carry with me is a small perfume. It's a pocket size travel friendly perfume in case I smell bad during my flight or whenever I arrive at my destination. I quickly just spray it all over me and I tend to smell much better. One more important thing that I really like carrying in my refresher bag is a sunscreen. A sunscreen is extremely important to carry because especially when you're high in the air, you tend to get more exposed to the sun, and you also have to keep refreshing your sunscreen every 2-3 hours. It's said that it is the most important step in your skincare routine, especially if your skin gets very patchy or dry. And even not then, even if your skin is normal or oily, it's very important to put a sunscreen every 2-3 hours to save it from the sun, protect it from the UV rays, and also prevent fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation and everything else. So sunscreen, it also works as a moisturizer for me. So I don't tend to carry a moisturizer during my flights because it takes more space. So sunscreen works as a moisturizer and do dual working for me. I love taking my sunscreen along, and it's very important to keep refreshing it. Another thing that I carry in my refresher bag is a chapstick. The one that I am carrying is the one from Maybelline Baby Lips. It does not have an SPF, so make sure that if you carry something that your lip balm has an SPF in it. But I love this because it has a tint in it. I do not usually prefer transparent lip balms. I usually prefer lip balms with tint in it because I don't prefer wearing lipstick on flights, but I do want my lips to look a little pinkish. So this is like the perfect shade. It's the Baby Lips lip called Pink Lolita Baby Lips lip balm. Another thing that I travel with me are wipes. Very important. So in case you're not carrying hand sanitizer, this would help. In case you want to remove your makeup, this would help. In case you're dusty, this would help. This is one thing that would help for surface cleaning as well and for your face cleaning. So I carry my wet wipes all the time. Very important, especially when I want to eat something and my hands are like dirty and I've touched a few spaces in the flight here and there, especially during COVID time. This really helps me. So another important thing that I carry in my refresher bag is this toothbrush with a travel size toothpaste. The one that I have is in my suitcase right now, so I'm not showing it to you here, but I will put in a major here. And this is very important because every time I just land at my destination, I want to brush my teeth, especially if I'm taking an overnight flight. I do not want to smell bad, especially with people who are around me. They just wouldn't like it, right? And I wouldn't like it because it's unhygienic. So I would definitely take a toothbrush along with me with a toothpaste, and every time I arrive at my destination, I want to brush my teeth at the airport washroom or wherever possible. But I really like my toothbrush. And two, three more things that I usually like to carry is an eye cream. This is an eye repair cream by Bobbi Brown. It's like a sample in a travel sized pouch, which really helps me because it doesn't weigh anything. It's very light, but it also comes handy when you want to like refresh your under eyes and also want to save it from getting very dry on the airplane. Another thing that I usually tend to carry are a lot of Bandaids. Very important for me as a person because I get a lot of shoe bites, and in case I'm traveling for a very long time, I genuinely tend to walk more, and when I'm walking more I get shoe bites that I really need to prevent as well as fix because it hurts when I'm walking. So Band-Aids all along. Obviously the flight on board does have first aid, but this is like handy when you don't want to wait for the person to come and tell them what you need. You can just find it in your bag and apply it. Okay, so that's about it in my refresher bag. Another thing that I carry with me for entertainment on flight is a Kindle. Usually you do have in-flight entertainment, especially if you're traveling internationally, but sometimes I've come across planes where the screen is not working or there's some issue in the entertainment system and you have to spend like 7 hours in the plane bored to death. So a Kindle is what comes very handy at that time. I usually love reading, especially when there's silence around, and I have a lot of books in there. So every time I have to travel for a very long haul flight, a Kindle really helps me. I don't have to take a lot of books along with me. That takes up a lot of space and weight. So this really helps. Since I'm a content creator, in case you don't follow me on Instagram, just do it right away. I am the Dramatic Diva. And so this is one gorilla pod that I have bought off Amazon, and I take it with my camera along with my other accessories. So I've got a bag of Amazon, which is specially for my electric stuff and my gadgets. So this does not fit in this, but I will put it in my backpack. This has all my memory cards, my camera chargers, my phone chargers, my portable charging cables and everything. This really helps because this has like different spaces made especially for all the wires and all the gadgets that you have, that keeps it safe, because it also has a cushiony thing inside. So you can definitely keep like cables, your memory cards in these pockets. They do not fall off very easily. And this is a pocket for my camera. So I put my camera in here, and I would definitely put my portable charger in here. So all of my gadgets are in one place, and I do not have to keep scouting my suitcase to look for my gadgets. So this really helps me. Okay, so another thing that I would really suggest you to carry with you is a scarf. So it usually tends to get very cold on flights, especially a person like me who feels very cold on flights. I usually tend to carry like a jacket or a scarf to keep myself warm, because you can't really tell the person to shut the AC off, because there are other passengers in the plane who feel really hot in comparison to what I feel. So I usually tend to carry like a scarf to cover myself up, or a jacket in case you're not traveling business class. Usually you do tend to get blankets in most of the planes, but in case you do not get a blanket, a scarf really helps, and especially if you're carrying a jacket, that keeps you even warmer. Another thing I would suggest you to carry with you are a few snacks and a bottle of water. So every time you have to ask for water and wait for the air hostess or air host to come and get you water, it's best to carry a bottle of water and just fill it with water completely during the flight, so you don't have to keep calling people. Somebody like me who needs hydration every now and then, I do not really like to wait for them to come with their trolley and give me like this much 30 ml glass of water and I just sip it in a second. There's nothing that I can do. So I usually tend to carry a bottle of water in my backpack again. Another thing that I would really suggest you to carry with you is a scrunchie. This really helps in case you're feeling very uncomfortable with your open hair and you want to sleep, or you just want like your hair to lay off your face. A scrunchie really helps. So I've seen these scrunchies on Amazon that come with like a little zip pocket where you can keep important stuff like chewing gums and everything else, or your lip balm, your chapstick. I don't have those, but this is a scrunchie that I use usually when I'm on a flight. And yeah, I have silk ones too. The satin and the silk ones help prevent hair fall a lot. I usually carry those because I have a lot of colors in them and they go with all my outfits. Okay, so another thing that I would suggest you to bring on board is snacks with you. So there are specific timings when you get breakfast, lunch or dinner on the plane, and you cannot always keep asking them for food because they have other stuff to do. So whenever you're feeling very hungry, your snacks will come really handy. I usually carry like chocolates or chips with me. I usually have them in my bag, and it really helps if you're feeling hungry and you're starving and you cannot wait for the air hostess to come give you the menu, or even if you have to buy stuff, you can buy stuff, but that's not always possible on the plane when you're taking a long haul flight. So it's best if you take like chocolates or snacks along with you whenever you feel hungry. It comes in very handy and makes your flight uber comfortable. So these are some of the tips that I wanted to give you when it comes to long haul flights and the things you should carry with you to make your flight super comfortable. In case you think there's something I'm missing or something that you do that is very helpful, please let me know in the comments down below. If you love this video, please like it, and if you like my channel, subscribe and press the bell button down below. I would love for you to watch more of such videos. I would love for you to be a part of my community. And I'm also going to travel in a few days, so I'm going to be making a lot of vlogs on it. Every day I've planned a vlog, and I also have a very important video coming up on how to get and the documents you need to get your Schengen visa. This is basically a cue to where I'm going. Obviously you know where I'm going, but I haven't really revealed which countries I'm going to, so I would also want you to guess the country that I'm going to in the comments down below. In case you enjoyed this video, please shower some love, share it, and thanks for watching.